Hey, welcome back to the show. I just got finished watching Saturday Night Live, the movie, or whatever the actual title of it is called, but I'm sure you've all heard about it. It's kind of a movie biopic of Saturday Night Live's early beginnings and how it almost wasn't on the show. And even though everyone that would see the movie, including myself, knows the history, that it's still on the air after 50 years, makes me feel old because it's just about a year older than me. But obviously, and there's no spoilers needed for this because it isn't fiction. There's, I'm sure, a lot of liberties taken into what really happened and all that, but there's no spoilers. So this can't really be considered a spoiler-free or spoiler-full review because everyone knows how it ends. Obviously, it was put on the air and it's still there after 50 years. But there's there's so many scenes, and I'm wondering how much of it really was true. Like the bricklaying, did that really happen? That seemed so random. I didn't really get that. And, some criticisms. The guy who played Andy Kaufman, although he kind of captured his je ne sais quoi, if you will, he really didn't look too much like him. Maybe a little bit in the face, but Andy Kaufman was a bit more fuller in the face. And this guy looked much taller and skinny. It was kind of gangly, you know. So, his performance was fine. Nothing wrong with his performance. It's just that he didn't really look the part. And I'm trying to think of any criticism per se. I mean, some of this is going to offend people, obviously. If you're easily offended, especially if you have religious sensitivities, this may not be for you. Because there is this one scene in which some of the writers and cast kind of really lay it on thick with the evangelical Christian lady censor person. I forget her name. I'm kind of a person that's like a little fed up with how religion can go sometimes, but even I was like, that was a little bit over the top and into disrespectful and contempt they had for her. I'm not offended by that, but I know some people would be, and so there's a little heads up with that. I don't know how accurate that was. I'm sure there was, like I said, a lot of liberties taken with some of the true events that had happened. I mean, more than half of the movie, they're looking for John Belushi, you know. And there's a lot of hijinks that goes on. It's a real funny movie. You should definitely see it, especially if you're a fan of Saturday Night Live, and in particular the original cast, because this would be very nostalgic for you. By the time I saw Saturday Night Live, I was already 10 years old, and it was the 80s, and that's kind of my Saturday Night Live, at least beginnings, and I would see the reruns when they would go on hiatus. So this was nostalgic for me as well, in a lot of regards. But anyway, I could, if you want, let me know in the comments section if you want to like a scene-by-scene review. But I don't want to give too much away. I don't think a spoiler-filled review is necessary, except for in the context of like warning people of certain sensitivities, what to expect. But I really enjoyed the film. I'm going to see it again, and be able to absorb some of the things that I missed, because there's a lot going on. Blink and you'll miss it type of things. A lot of Easter eggs, a lot of references you may not get. But one of the things I was really impressed with was how they got most of the actors and actresses, with the one exception I already mentioned, to look just like the people they're representing. I mean, in particular, Al Franken. The guy who played a young Al Franken looked like it could be his relative. It's amazing. So, yeah, I really recommend the film. And if you like these type of reviews and you want to see more like them, don't forget hit like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video.